G'day traders, 1 minute mindset reset. Just on the bike to cool down after a good workout, and today we're going to talk about it's as simple as you want to make it. So getting some feedback from some traders saying that, you know, it's so complicated, I don't understand your jargon, and honestly I have to just hit this nail on the head with a hammer. If you're saying that to yourself, if you're saying, oh, it's too complicated, your jargon, this and that, that's a mirror. That's a mirror showing you that you actually don't know what you're doing when you go to the screen. And take that however you want, but it's reality. Because if there's, as I said, 3 things that markets do. They trend, they reverse, or they trade back and forth between a high and a low. Simple as that. So you have 3 decisions to make. Buy. One of 3 decisions to make. You're either going to buy, you're either going to sell, or you're not going to do anything at all. That's it. Okay, next step. You're only going to do it, I'm only going to do it at certain times, and there's a very specific reason why. I know there are other times when you can take trades, especially in the North American markets, and towards the end of the day. I know there are other times, but there's a reason why I only trade in that AM session. Again, narrowing down my variables. So if you take a trade, the next decision you will make is entry, stop loss, and why you will exit the trade, where you will hopefully extract profits, not hold on forever and go on the around the world trade. So I'm going to repeat this. You're going to have one of 3 choices: buy, sell, or do nothing. Step 1. So you need a reason to be buying and a reason to be selling. That's called a trade setup. And if you're just looking for an area to buy or sell based on, you know, how you perceive your entry or exit, it could be a moving average crossover. I could care less. But if you're trading, you better have an edge. If you don't have an edge and you're just trading, then that's where people go, oh, it's 50-50. Every trade's 50-50, so you're going to, you know, risk 1% on every trade. Well, that's not what I do. I've called my setups down to the 90-10. 90% based on filtering out garbage, which is why I focus on very specific setups for either buying, selling, or doing nothing. If there's no setup, do nothing. Find one with a setup. So if you have an entry, a stop loss, and a reason for exiting the trade, which at this point I will call a take profit area, because if your reason for exiting the trade is, you know, an indicator crossover or whatever that may be, that's fine. Again, if you actually have edge that shows you that you're profitable, then keep with that model. If you don't and you're saying it's too complicated, that's a mirror. It's telling you that you when you go to the screen, you don't know, you don't have an actual criteria for trade execution. You're going there and you're trying to read which way is it going, up or down. Is this a buy or is this a sell? You don't have a concrete trade setup. If you don't have a concrete trade setup, that means every day your results will be inconsistent. Because if you have a reproducible model, just like an algorithm, just like your indicator crossover, but it's based on edge, then you can reproduce those results. Seriously, if you think that that's complicated, you should not be trading right now. You should not be trading. Because that's one decision. Buy or sell or do nothing. That's one decision. If you do take a trade, entry, where are you getting in and why? Where's your stop going to be? How much are you risking on the trade? And why are you exiting that trade? Where is your area to extract the maximum amount out of a winning trade going to be? And then afterwards, how are you going to manage yourself? During the trade, how are you going to manage yourself? If it's complicated, if that is complicated, seriously, go do some homework on why you're at the markets in the first place. Got to be straight, got to be honest. Because if you don't have that mindset, you're going to lose all your money. I don't even need to say anything more than that, other than you'll lose all your money. So if you think that that's arrogance, if you think that that's not good teaching, if you don't like my approach, I don't care if it saves you money. You should thank me. I'm doing you a favor, because the reality of it is you'll lose everything. Honest to God. So hopefully that made sense. If you can't peel the onion back enough to know why and when and how, you shouldn't be trading. It's got to be so simple with that in mind. And if you think that's complicated, honestly, stop today. Stop trading. Have a good day, traders, and may the markets go with you.